gotta have adaptability. All things has got to change. Nothing ever stays the same. Roll with it, go with the flow. There's a time to get serious. There's a time to go out and play. There's a time to get into things, and there's a time to get away. There's a time to reap. There's a time to sow. There's a time to participate, and a time to watch the show. There's a time to get serious. There's a time for fun and games. There's a time to leave. There's a time to stay. There's a time to be ignorant. There's a time to know. There's a time for action, and a time to watch the flowers grow. You gotta have sensibility. Sniff the air, you can feel it coming. Everything is revolving. Roll with it, go with the flow. There's a time to be together. There's a time to be alone. There's a time to be one in the crowd, and there's a time to be on your own. There's a time to be afraid. There's a time to have no fear. There's a time to go out and to stay here. There's a time to trust the divine. There's a time to have no faith. It's good to believe in love, but it's not to believe in hate. There's time to be a sinner. There's time to be a saint. Everybody is a winner, but there's a time to pay. There's a time to face the music. There's a time to lay back. There's a time to go ahead. There's a time to go back, to defend and to attack. Gotta keep an open mind. The seasons, they go round and round. The painted ponies go up and down. Roll with it, go with the flow. There's a time for contemplation. There's a time for heavy moves. There's a time for celebration, and a time to feel the blues. There's a time to keep the silence. There's a time to scream. There's a time for reality, and a time to dream. There's a time for overflow. There's a time to hang and dry. There's a time for feeling low, and there's a time for feeling high. There's a time for all the answers. There's a time for questioning. There's a time to shut up, but this is the time to sing. There's a time to face the music. There's a time for laying low. There's a time to go ahead. There's a time to go back, to defend and to attack.